Hey, stop what you're doing right now, because what I'm about to share with you is something most men will go their entire lives never knowing. And the crazy part? Women already know all of this. They just don't talk about it. Not to you, not to their male friends, maybe not even to each other out loud. But it's there, running in the background like a program you can't see. And once I show it to you, you can never unsee it. So stay with me, because by the end of this, the way you see attraction is going to completely change. Let's start with the biggest one. Women are not attracted to what you think they're attracted to. Most guys believe it's looks, or money, or how tall you are. And yes, those things can open a door, but they don't keep a woman interested. They don't make her think about you at 2 a.m. They don't make her heart do something weird when she sees your name pop up on her phone. That comes from something entirely different, and that's what we're getting into today. Secret number 1, women are attracted to men who don't need their approval. Read that again slowly. A man who doesn't need her approval. This is the thing women will never straight up tell you, because honestly, a lot of them don't even realize it consciously. But watch what happens when a man walks into a room and he's just completely comfortable in his own skin. Not arrogant, not trying to prove anything, just settled, calm, like he already knows who he is. Women notice that immediately. There's something magnetic about a man who isn't scanning the room looking for validation, who isn't laughing too hard at jokes that aren't funny, who isn't changing his personality based on who he's talking to. The moment you start chasing a woman's approval, something shifts. She can feel it, even if she can't name it. And what she feels is this. This man doesn't fully believe in himself. And if he doesn't believe in himself, why should I? This isn't about being cold or playing games. It's about being genuinely rooted in yourself. Have opinions, disagree sometimes. Don't shrink yourself to make her comfortable. That inner security is wildly attractive, and most men have no idea. Secret number 2, women test men, and they're not going to tell you they're doing it. This one surprises people, but it's real, not in a manipulative way, in a deeply instinctive way. When a woman cancels plans last minute, when she says something slightly challenging, when she seems a little distant out of nowhere, sometimes that is a test, not a game, a test. She's watching to see how you handle it. Does he get anxious? Does she blow up her phone with texts? Does he get angry? Or does he just stay easy, stay confident, stay himself? The man who passes these tests without even knowing they were tests is the man who keeps her attention, because what she's really checking is emotional stability. Can this man handle pressure? Is he secure enough not to fall apart when things get a little uncertain? That's what she's reading. And the guy who gets it without being told, that guy becomes very attractive very fast. Secret number 3. She is far more attracted to how you make her feel about herself than how you look. Here's the truth that changes everything. Women remember how you made them feel. Not what you were wearing, not exactly what you said, the feeling. If she feels more interesting around you, more funny, more alive, more seen, she's going to want more of that. She's going to start connecting those feelings to you. And that connection, that's attraction at its deepest level. This is why some men who are average looking end up with women who are stunning by every standard. It's not luck, it's not money always, it's that he makes her feel extraordinary when she's around him. He listens in a way that makes her feel heard. He looks at her in a way that makes her feel genuinely seen. He laughs at the right moments. He asks the right questions. He's actually present. That presence is rare. And rare things are valuable. Secret number 4. Women don't want a man with no problems. They want a man who handles his problems well. This is a big one. There's a myth out there that you need to have everything perfectly figured out before you can attract a great woman. That you need the perfect job, the perfect apartment, the perfect life. But that's not it. Women are not looking for a finished product. They're looking for a man who is moving, a man who is building, a man who faces his challenges with some level of grace and determination instead of collapsing or making excuses. Struggle is not unattractive. How you respond to struggle, that's what she's watching. Do you take responsibility? Do you keep going? Do you have a plan even when things are hard? That energy is deeply attractive because what it signals is strength, not perfect strength, real strength. The kind that shows up when life doesn't cooperate. Secret number 5. Confidence in silence is louder than anything you can say. Most men think attraction is built through what they say, the right words, the perfect compliment, the clever line. And while words matter, they're not the main thing. Women are reading your body, your energy, your silence, the way you sit, whether you fill every quiet moment with nervous talking or whether you're comfortable enough to just let a moment breathe. A man who is comfortable with silence communicates something powerful without saying a word. He says, I don't need to perform for you. I don't need to entertain you every second. I'm just here. And that calm, quiet confidence, it's one of the most attractive things a man can carry. Practice being still. Practice being okay when there's nothing to say. That ease will do more for you than any pickup line ever written. Secret number 6. She wants to feel like she chose you, not like she was convinced. This is subtle, but it's critical. When a man comes on too strong, too fast, with too much, flowers too early, texts every hour, confessing feelings after 3 days, it doesn't feel romantic to most women. It feels like pressure. And pressure kills attraction because it takes away her ability to discover you at her own pace. It removes the feeling of choice. Women want to arrive at their feelings naturally. They want to feel like they fell for you, not like you pushed them off a cliff into it. Give her space to miss you. Give her space to wonder. Give her space to lean in. That space is not rejection. That space is where attraction grows. Secret number 7. Ambition and direction are deeply, deeply attractive, more than almost anything. You don't need to be rich, you need to be going somewhere. There is something about a man who wakes up with purpose that women find genuinely compelling. A man who has something he's building, something he cares about, something that makes him get up in the morning with fire in his eyes. That drive is attractive because it says, this man has value. This man knows what he's about. This man has a life that he's actively creating. Aimlessness, on the other hand, is one of the biggest attraction killers that nobody talks about. A man drifting through life without direction, even if he's handsome, even if he's funny, there's something that feels unstable about it. Women are instinctively drawn towards security, growth, and forward motion, so be the man who is going somewhere, even if you're still early in the journey. Secret number 8. How you treat other people tells her everything. She is watching how you treat the waiter, how you talk about your friends, how you speak about your ex, how you treat people who can do nothing for you. This is the window into your real character, and women are incredibly good at reading character. They've had to be. If you're charming to her but dismissive to everyone else, she notices. If you speak about your ex with pure venom, she notices. If you're impatient with a stranger, she notices. And what she's building in her mind is a picture of who you really are when the performance stops. So be genuine, be kind, not as a strategy, but because it's who you are. You are. A man with real warmth and real character is more attractive than a man with a perfect body who treats people like they don't matter. Secret number 9. Emotional depth is not weakness, it's actually what she's hoping for. Here's what's wild. Men are told to hide their feelings, stay tough, don't be too emotional. But women, privately, are desperately hoping to meet a man who has depth, who has thought about life, who can talk about real things, who isn't afraid to be moved by something. She doesn't want you to fall apart, but she wants to know there's something underneath, that you're not just surface, not just muscle and bravado and deflection. She wants to feel like she can actually know you. The man who can be emotionally honest without being emotionally unstable, that man is extremely rare. And rare, remember, is valuable. Secret number 10. She wants to be with someone who makes her life feel better, not harder. This sounds simple, but it's deep. Drama is tiring. Neediness is exhausting. Insecurity is draining. The man who is easy to be around, who adds energy rather than taking it, who makes her days lighter, not heavier, that man becomes someone she doesn't want to lose. Peace is underrated. Stability is underrated. Being genuinely enjoyable to be around is underrated. Be the person who makes her life feel a little brighter, not through grand gestures, through how you show up consistently, every single day. Now here's the thing nobody tells you at the end of all this. None of these secrets are about tricks. None of them are about manipulation. The men who understand what real traction looks like are the ones who become genuinely better men, more grounded, more purposeful, more self-aware, more emotionally intelligent, and as a side effect of all that, deeply attractive. The men who chase attraction as a goal usually miss it. The men who focus on building themselves tend to find that attraction follows naturally. So if you take anything from this, take this. Stop trying to figure out what women want from the outside and start building something real from the inside. The confidence that doesn't need validation, the direction that wakes you up with purpose, the emotional depth that lets someone actually know you, the warmth that makes people feel good just for being near you. That's not a trick, that's the whole thing. And now you know what most men will never figure out. So let me ask you something before you go. How many of these secrets did you already know? Be honest with yourself, because most men watching this right now have been doing everything backwards, chasing approval instead of building confidence, talking too much instead of mastering silence, coming on too strong instead of giving space, trying to be perfect instead of just being real. But here is the thing. The fact that you watched this all the way to the end already tells me something about you. It tells me you are not the average man. The average man never questions himself, never looks for ways to grow, never asks why things are not working. But you did, and that right there is already the beginning of everything changing for you. You now carry something most men will never have. You have the code, the attraction code. And it was never about tricks. It was never about manipulation. It was never about becoming someone you are not. It was about becoming more of who you actually are. Grounded, purposeful, present, real, strong in the right ways, soft in the right moments. The kind of man that women feel, not just see. So from this day forward, carry yourself differently, walk into rooms differently, respond to pressure differently, show up for yourself differently. Because when you become that man on the inside, everything on the outside starts to shift. The right people start to notice, the right woman starts to pay attention, the right opportunities start to find you. This is not just about attraction, this is about becoming the best version of yourself, and that journey starts right now, right here, with you choosing to level up. Welcome to the Code.